support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator
Und
traveled
Ace
in.
Combat 7.
There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory had been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside,
Ja,
Princess
abwäscht, wo nicht
and just
putzt.
stood there.
Oha! Jeez.
Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat.
Wofür ist
He was trying to
schlafen?
use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took
Ja,
a
so
data
gut,
chip and
wofür
threw it
es
on the
wirklich
ground.
schaffen geht, das wäre schon auch nice.
Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's
The gun,
holster.
the gun.
She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip.
Ich habe einfach nicht gedacht, dass ich das hätte müssen. Schau mal, gestern habe ich doch noch angefangen zu bluten, wegen dem Scheiß, wo
Later,
ich
I
da
found out that the
angeschlagen
girl
habe.
with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago.
Mach mal so links den Teil. Der
No
schwarze.
Belkans?
Vorbei
Because
der
this guy
Tür.
was a Belkan, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs,
Bring ihm
along with
zwischen
developing
Leckerli.
hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkin, born and raised.
Welche Mission ist vorher gewesen?
Country is
18.
gone now.
Und jetzt
Rather
kommt
than
19 in
surrender
dem
to its
Fall.
enemy,
Und dann
Trump
noch
had
am
detonated
Schluss
7
20.
nuclear weapons on its
Also noch
own.
2.
My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other countries. We had a new purpose: to breed wars. The theory was that through war, we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had
Was?
just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came
Wo?
in.
Hier kannst
She
du 2
destroyed the
Leckerli
only
geben.
copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it.
Zu heilig.
The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was
18,
afraid to look
verdoppelt,
into
das
the
ist
girl's
doch geil.
eyes. She knew that by
Ja,
encouraging
nein, der
her,
Akku ist
she kept
sowieso
the
nicht
war
mehr
going.
gut. Die müssen wir
Mihai and his
fortschmeißen, die
granddaughter
2
were victims of
Etrotis.
it, and now
Von
they
9bot,
too
oder?
were
Sind
paying the
diese?
price.
Is this for
Ja,
Belka?
Marke,
Or
9bot.
for Erusia?
Von
My
Interdisco.
grandfather had only one wish. To
Aber die
continue
sind mehr
soaring
scheiße,
through the
Mann. Bei
endless
mir hat
skies.
jetzt 2 Jahre gehabt, bei der
That was the
Freundin
only
eigentlich
place
auch
where
um
he
die
felt alive.
1,5, 2 Jahre. Aber
I don't even have a country to call home.
andere Leute haben sich da auch geholt.
The Black Forest,
Und
the
bei
lake.
denen ist irgendwie Wasser
They are no longer
eingegangen. Irgendwo an
Even though
einem
those lands were
Schlitz oder
once
so. Und
cherished by
dann
my late mother.
ist direkt kaputt
We have to
gegangen.
learn to put that sense of nostalgia
Aber
behind us and behave like
So
mature adults.
so ein richtiges Fahrzeug ist das schon nicht. Weil es ist auch mega gefährlich halt mit dem Umfahren.
She's right. It feels
Weil
so
die
far away
Schrauben
now.
eben gar nicht so. Die Schrauben fallen mega
The woman with
raus
the rifle
und
approached
alles.
me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary Ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
Na, aber für mich ist Kampagne echt nicht mehr.
This isn't the only one.
Aber bei dem Game brauchst du ja die Kampagne, dass du alle Länder hast, weißt du? Und wenn ich auch diesen Leuten anfange, das Game zu zeigen, dann zeige ich auch bis am Schluss, weißt du nicht? Sonst wäre ja da voll völlig Banane. Nicht alles für Kampagne zeigen.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance.
Wanna?
Harling commissioned it to be painted. I
Eine Stunde
realized that in the
später musst du
background,
sehen.
behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erusia after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built, right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder.
Yes?
I wonder which path you would choose when looking at Harling's mirror.
Let's get the briefing started.
We've done enough air operations. Just let us go home.
There's no path for us to get home. Whatever direction you fly, it'll be right into a hail of enemy fire. Earlier, we received a communication via the partially restored general network. Here is what it contained. Apparently, the Erusian radicals have gathered around the space elevator, as it's a source of energy. Give the warmongers a powerful energy source, and you give them the luxury to keep on fighting. In response to this, people from both Osea and Erusia have joined forces, and will take down the final Arsenal bird in a saturation attack from the air to the sea. Once that's achieved, they'll take the space elevator from the aggressors.
Has the source been verified?
It could be fake. I hear you. Take a look at what's written at the end. Hey, dumbass. If you want to bring the world back from the brink, go to the lighthouse and see the future.
Dumbass? Sounds familiar.
It certainly does. It's from those guys we met in Tyler Island, the 444 squad. It's a message to all those looking to end the war. But I also think it's a message for Trigger.
Guess we'll do what it says.
Okay. Well then, I'm thinking we go roast that damn bird.
Looks like we're all on the same page. It's time to end this war. Time to fly, guys. Let's go get that Arsenal bird.
What the fuck? Aha. Hä? So. Wir haben fast gleiche schnelle Schrift. Wir haben fast gleich im Fall. Mission starting. F15E wie immer. Da schauen wir aber noch schnell ein nein, jetzt ein Flugzeugschema haben wir doch noch gehen. Flugzeugauswahl. Flugzeugschema, Dreieck. 1 Million! 1,3 Millionen. Jetzt ist die Frage, soll ich das holen? Ja, schau, der Checkschäber hat mir gesagt, wow, der sieht krass aus. Bam, bam, bam. Und den normal hast du eben auch. Und weißt du, dafür am Boden mehrfachliches Boden. Ja, ich kaufe, glaub, der da. F22A. F22A. Muss ich mir merken. Boah, schau mal, wie der aussieht. Da ist so eine wie von der Army, Alter. So. Ne, das ist glaub F22A. Danke. So, jetzt kaufen wir die 2 Dinger da, ne? Und ihr könnt mir auch gerne mal in dem Video... bin ich überhaupt am Aufnehmen? Weiß gar nicht. Falls ihr in dem Video mal kommentieren. Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, ob ich am Aufnehmen bin im Fashion. Ob ich die Videos gespeichert habe jetzt vorher oder nicht. Ja, nein, das ist jetzt ein bisschen blöd.